Hey guys, welcome back to the Blue Milk Show. We're your hosts. I'm Petey Boy Zane.
I'm Scotty Too Hotty.
Today we're going to talk about Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money. Why it should be made, who should reprise their roles, etc., etc. So what do you think? Why do you think they should make the Spaceballs 2? Any particular reasons you have in mind?
Yeah, it's a movie that you're dying to see. I mean, since I was a little kid, I want to see this movie. Spaceballs 1's alone. If we didn't watch the Spaceballs part 1, if we didn't watch Spaceballs today before we did this video, I would never want to because I haven't seen it in about 15 years. But seeing part 1, it made me laugh so good today.
Sure.
I mean, my side was hurting earlier because I don't remember half the scenes, but
it's iconic. I mean,
yeah.
you can't mention a Star Wars movie without, in that same breath when you're done speaking about them, talking about Spaceballs. There's so many iconic lines in it. The acting is just great. They say that, what's that called? Breaking the fourth dimension when actors speak to the camera?
Yeah, breaking the fourth, yeah.
Breaking the fourth wall. They do that in Spaceballs.
Yeah,
this was in 1987 we're talking about.
Yeah, this was before Deadpool.
Absolutely.
Remember that.
Way before that. And, this all comes from the comedic mind of Mel Brooks.
Great guy. Amazing guy. Great movies.
Sure, there's bunch of iconic movies that Mel Brooks has out there, but let's not digress. Let's talk about Spaceballs.
Yeah.
Why there should be a part 2. The reason why I think there should be a part 2 is because he said it in the first one. Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money.
Yeah, that's true. But if you think about it, he wraps up a trilogy in one movie.
All 3 of them.
Yeah. Now you got to think about in this day and age, 2017. We got 2 trilogies and 2 standalone movies. Well, one standalone movie, The Rogue One, and now we have
a prequel trilogy.
Yeah,
and we're working on the sequel trilogy.
You got to go with that. I mean,
you know what?
He could wrap them all. He could wrap the new movie. He could wrap the entire prequel trilogy up in one movie.
Who do you know what though? As much as I love Mel Brooks and I love his work, I think that he might be a little too old to be directing. That's a lot of.
Well, he's 90 now.
That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
To put in one movie.
But like you were saying, we were trying to figure out who would be a great director, and Petey Boy here had some great names. I actually had none whatsoever that popped in my head.
It's alright though. It's a team effort.
Yeah, I know.
I think to be honest with you, I think there's 2 guys that can pull this off. I think Kevin Smith being number 1 and Seth MacFarlane being number 2.
Both great choices.
Both great choices.
Can you imagine if they were together?
You both of them working in the same movie?
I can see them making a great Spaceballs movie.
Absolutely.
They're both diehard Star Wars fans.
And
I mean, look at Seth MacFarlane's
The Family Guy. Star Wars trilogy that he does. That's great. I think if you put him and Kevin Smith together, that would be a parody for the ages. I think that it would be another parody that when you mention Star Wars, you have to talk about their movie.
Yeah, dude, that would.
Sure.
I could only imagine what their movies would be like. That's actually a great subject right there, Pete. Then, not to go off track here, but that would be a great movie if them 2 paired together.
Sure, because number 1, they would have to skewer the prequels. They would have to. They're so bad.
And they're both superhero,
Sure, they both love that shit, and they're both smart guys. Like Family Guy was canceled and brought back, and now here we are in 2017. It started in 1999, and Kevin Smith just doesn't go away.
No, he doesn't. He keeps pumping them out.
He's a genius.
He's secretly there. You just don't realize it. If you don't hear from him for a little bit, but he's there.
Sure, he's brilliant.
Yeah,
he's a great writer. He has his own TV shows.
Yeah, he also has his own YouTube channel, Fat Man on Batman.
Sure,
watch it. It's pretty great.
Let me think. Who would reprise their roles? I mean, what would you do with Barf?
Well, like you were saying. I'll just say what I was saying. I believe he should have a litter of puppies, or
sure,
little barfs that are in it.
They could be Lone Star's pets.
Not pet, the way the storyline would go, they would be aged in their 20s by then, you know, like in adult years, but doggy wise, you know, they're old as shit. It's been almost like John Candy is now in the movie. I mean, it's hard to replace John Candy in a role. I mean, growing up, John Candy,
you can't have an actor.
There's certain characters you just can't replace. You can never replace like Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd. You can't replace those characters in a movie. And when you try to replace them and reprise the role or reboot a movie, and you try to pretend like they're doing it to Patrick Swayze's movies, Red Dawn. I mean, come on, they're talking about. You can't. 80s movies were made, and they were great.
Not all of them were though.
I understand.
I agree with not replacing a Bill Murray or a Dan Aykroyd in movies. I get that 100%.
So Patrick
Swayze is. I was never a Swayze guy. Like I like films that he was in. Don't get me wrong. The Outsiders.
You didn't like Roadhouse?
Roadhouse was a good movie too. The way I think that you remedy that is you don't remake that.
Well, they want to, you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
They're always talking about remaking things.
You can't. We're digressing.
Yeah, I know.
About Spaceballs.
Well, what we're basically saying is we need Spaceballs 2 to happen to search for more money.
And we can't have a guy replace John Candy. That was what we were originally talking about.
Basically.
You know, Jack
Black.
Black.
If he had kids.
Boo.
No, actually, Jack Black would be a great character to play his role, but.
Not a Jack
Me
Black
being
guy.
a fan and as young as I am, I seen the original when I was a kid, so I want John Candy.
Sure,
and I can understand if
guys.
you replace him in a movie, or not replace him, but die off in a movie before you get to see him and his kids are there, I'll go with that. But replacing the character,
all right. Well,
let me see another
let me ask you a question.
Actor playing it.
You know, not to cut you off or break your balls. Well, how would you start the movie? Would Lone Star and Vespa have kids?
You fast forward like 20 years when their kids are already older, and
well, how many kids do they have?
Two, the twins. You gotta follow. Like we'll go with the
old Star Wars.
Yeah, the old canon Star Wars, where
when Han and Leia had twins.
Yeah.
I think that you could come up with a funny plot. I'm not that I'm a writer or I could even do them guys' jobs, but what if you had the twins and you made the boy gay and the girl, not gay, her being the hero and the boy being the bad guy? How does that sound to you? How's that strike you?
The Force is not with him because he doesn't understand anything, and
sure,
the galaxy's not ready for him.
You could run with that.
You could take the downside of the Swartz.
Sure,
I mean,
there's a bunch of directions
I could see that. That's a great idea, actually. I mean, it's even better if you had somebody like Kevin Smith
or Seth MacFarlane. Seth MacFarlane is genius when it comes to writing gay jokes.
They might even break out to a little fucking musical right there in a little section.
Sure, I agree with you. But moving right along here, let's talk about why we love Mel Brooks and maybe why it wouldn't be a good idea for Mel Brooks to direct this movie. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. No, I'll cut you off.
My point being, Mel Brooks is a little too old. I'm not taking a jab at the guy, but maybe he's retired and he's happy. What do you think?
I think it's true. He is retired. He's happy. He's satisfied. He's made great things.
He's made
my childhood great. I've watched every single one of his movies, and they were great.
Sure.
So I could see him taking a backseat, but I still want him to have some kind of insight,
little creative control during it.
Because I know he has a script written for this.
I hope it does.
It might not fit our timeline now because he's probably written it back as soon as he finished the original movie. He probably wrote a sequel, but he didn't realize that there was going to come out a Star Wars prequel with fucking stupid ass Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah, they were brutal. I think that you could skewer them in a movie.
Somebody with Mel Brooks' intelligence with movies and parodies, he would have brutalized the prequel so bad.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh my god,
them prequels, I wish they would just die.
I know that he's seen these movies, and I know that he knows what he wants to do now. So he has some kind of theory now and what he had back then. you combine them two together, get another director, a younger director like Kevin Smith or Seth MacFarlane.
I agree.
To add in or collage together, or if all three came together, that make a fucking great movie, man.
I agree.
Comedy, science fiction, because Kevin Smith is all about science fiction, sci-fi. He's all about it. He hasn't made a movie on it yet, but
I don't know. I mean, Dogman might be one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yes, that's a great.
I love the way he kills the Catholic Church. I'm Catholic. I'm not ripping the Catholics, but he made a funny movie about Catholic dogma. If you haven't seen it, you should see it. Chris Rock, Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, the chick actually from Philly, Linda Fiorentino. They were great in it. In my personal opinion, it's hilarious. So you guys should go see it. But we're getting a little long-winded here. Drop us a comment. Don't forget to like us. Follow us on Facebook.
Also, don't forget to subscribe.
Thank you very much.